Man,
You need It is Friday. It is Stash Wars Live. Mike the Six Layer chilling with a bunch of heads, man. I think this is the most people we had on a Friday here. We got a 5-panel Friday here. I'm chilling here with SEG, Southern Comic Geek, chilling with my main villain, Mark the Honorable Villain, and we got two special guests. We got Kazra and Matt the Tulio from the Comic Arts Fans, man. We're going to be breaking down all kind of CAF news today, and then we're going to be talking about one of the hottest new shows on your con calendar, the OAX, the Original Art Expo. So we're going to be unpacking that all night, guys. So as you guys trickle in, smash the like button, subscribe to the Six Layer Station, baby. Number one Marvel fan, what's up, man? I gotta holler at you too, man. I gotta have you on. I need a Marvel person on here because we're so DC friendly here, and so I need someone.
Wow, what's that like?
Yeah. We're the one. You know how it was like yin and yang, and it's like that. You know the little black spot in the white side. That's the little DC. That's us here. We're the DC black spot here. But anyway, what up, number one Marvel fan? Holler at me somehow. IG somewhere. Hit me up, dude. I don't know where you at, but hit me up. Anyway, as we start this show, guys. Let's just talk about. Let's just dive right on in, man, because I've been wanting to have you guys on for a while. And the first thing I want to talk about is just for the people that might come here, because a lot of the things that we do on Fridays on Stash Wars is we unpack conventions, and so we talk about signature prices, the guest list, the whole nine. But as it pertains to comic books, though, so we have kind of like the whole ecosystem here, collectors, but the signatures is kind of like that gateway drug to other things. Okay. I know a lot of homies that I met in line about 5 years ago, right? And we was in that Jim Lee line together. Now they going to Lake Como and OAX and getting commissions and doing all kind of stuff. And SIGs are so passe, right? And so I want you guys to break things down for the cats that are, the dudes that are going to MegaCon, going to New York Comic Con, going to San Diego, and this is not their world at all. I kind of stumbled upon the Comic Art Fans looking for stuff from Yvonne Reese, and at first I didn't even know what the hell I was looking at. I didn't even understand. Like, it took a while to even understand the website for me, but once I understood it, it was like this whole world. So the first question, guys, whoever, Kazra, Matt, whoever, break down what is the Comic Art Fans website.
I'll let the CEO take that one from a back end, and then I'll come at it from a collector's end, because I started this whole journey as a collector.
Comic Art Fans is basically the place in the world to go to post comic related art. That's it. Marcus is going to be here all night. Just ignore the man.
Okay.
Ignore the man. All right. If you can. So if you're a collector, it's the no-brainer place to go. You set up a free account in 1 second, just confirm an email, and you can set up a gallery. You can figure it out in about 60 seconds how to upload art. From there, it just opens up like you wouldn't believe what you can do. So all the dealers are on there. A lot of artists are on there. Art reps. It's pretty crazy. Right now we have more than 1.2. I think we're close to 1.3 million active pieces posted in people's galleries. It's tens and tens and tens of thousands of people have galleries all around the world. And I want to stress that we're just under 50% US, 50% rest of the world. We're pretty proud of that.
Wow.
So if you care about comic art at all, or a character, or an artist, or a time period, or a book name, or whatever, you can go there and you can search for it. You can find it, and you can see things that you won't see anywhere else too, because there are tens and tens of thousands of commissions that don't get published anywhere there too. So it's a playground.
Yeah, man. Okay, so what was your gateway into the whole arts world? And
Drugs.
Drugs.
Pretty much drugs. Yeah. Oh, for me, for it was. I always loved art. My mom got her master's in fine arts in ceramics. My dad was a scientist, and so art was around me all growing up. But comic art, I didn't know it existed. I was like a lot of people. Basically, eBay came around. I'm older than most of you, except maybe Southern Comic. We're close, right? So eBay came around, and I saw that there was art on it, and my brother told me that you can actually buy the art from the books that we just grew up reading together. And then it was like light bulb moment, and then I just went crazy. It was pretty easy after that. And a lot of people back in the early 2000s when I did it, that's pretty much how they found out about it. They had that moment where they just feel really kind of dumb, but they never thought about it. And then they go crazy and they buy everything for a while, and they sell some stuff, and then they kind of focus in.
And so, but there was was a readership portion. So there was a part where you read the comic books and all that crap.
Oh yeah, you have to. Yeah, I started reading when I was 3 on the floor of a comic book shop in Penn State College, Pennsylvania. I read all the stacks and stacks and stacks of Dusty books for free while my brother went around and spent the big money, like the $2 or $3, right? So yeah, I read them since I was 3 years old. Sure, taste changed. I never really got into DC. I gotta say that right now. Just put it right out there. I like it,
dude. I like.
What about Valiant?
What do I say? If you haven't done Batman, you're not even alive to me. You're like not even dead to me.
See, that's why
you're not even alive.
Batman is in DC, and Vertigo is in DC. That's the way. That's in my head.
Okay, I like that rationalization.
Yeah.
All right, so Matt, what was your gateway in? I mean, we're all comic fans here, so like, what was your gateway into the whole original art thing?
Reading the books was obviously the first thing, and then I'm maybe like a little bit of an older soul. Like I went into a comic shop, I picked something up, I was like, man, like where did this start? So I went back and I started getting omnibuses and stuff of reading, Amazing Spider-Man. First title I read was Spider-Man. Then I started reading Fantastic Four, which at that time was FF. And I loved it. I went and picked up an omnibus, and I would say Fantastic Four 36 to 112 is just the most incredible run of comics, in my opinion, of all time. I fell in love with it. There's so many characters introduced. Then, like Castro said, I started buying all the books. I had Fantastic Four 1 to 112 CGC slabbed. I had every Silver Age key. I was buying the books. And then all of a sudden, one day, one of my buddies was like, hey, you can buy the pages that are inside of these, right? And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, like you have Tales of Suspense 39 4.0 CGC, but like there's guys out there that have the pages that were in that book, or the pages that were in FF, 36 or 48. I'm like, what? So I found eBay, I started looking, and then I stumbled upon Comic Art Fans, and it opened up an entire, can of worms for me that turned me into an art collector instead of a comic collector. So I sold my comic book collection, and I started investing. I bought my house, and I started investing in original art. And the first thing that started for me with original art was sketch covers. I bought blank sketch covers for my favorite titles.
Okay.
I made a list of artists, and I just started going, and I built my entire collection. I still have a lot of them, probably,
So it's the sketch cover game. That's another gateway, right?
So that's what, I wasn't ready for the pages yet. As Castro said, his brother went around and spent the big money. I had somebody who helped me along, and he was going around and buying pages and covers. And I was like, I'm not there yet, but I love this guy's art, and I would love him to do my favorite characters. So I probably have about 40 or 50 CGC slabs that are in my personal collection that I'll never get rid of, because that's what got me the bug. And then I was like, damn, I can go from an 8.5 by 11 to an 11 by 17. I can go from an 11 by 17 commission to getting a page. from getting a page to getting a cover. And when I found Comic Art Fans and I saw the stuff that people were doing, that was on a commission level that were posting, that I was like, this stuff is just like, kind of like you said, when you shoot, I was like, what am I looking at? This is like incredible. Like there's so much more stuff out there than just is like what is in the books. And I kind of had that aha moment. Like I can get artists to draw things that pertain just to my collection and I can really sort it out. And after that was it. I was hooked. I had the bug and it's never left. I was a serial collector. I did Jordans, I did Pokemon, I did comics, and we have a saying at Comic Art Fans, and it's all roads lead to original art. And if you are a collector, when it somehow brings you the end goal was original art. And I haven't had the itch to leave, and I never will, because I love collecting this stuff. It's just so incredible.
All right, so SCG, where are you as far as your collector, as far as like the ratio between like commissions and like published stuff?
Like what I buy now?
Yeah.
Well, what I buy now is like 95% is original art and commissions. Similar to what Matt was saying, was because when I got out of collecting and got back into collecting comic books, they had these blank sketch covers, which I thought were neat. And I would go around to the artist table and get them to sign a deal. And, original art. My money, all the funds started going to the original art. So there wasn't a lot left for the commissions.
All right. So lots of news in the CAF world. Want to hop right into it. Let me add these gentlemen in real quick. So we're going to start off with the news about the mobile app, guys. You guys take it away as I scroll up and down this website here.
Are we good?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Oh, well, we got a mobile app. We only now we sort of released it just under a year ago, around a year ago, and we've been updating it as quick as we could. The site, truth be told, is a little bit old. We're trying to change that too, but the mobile app is kind of awesome, and the features that we're adding to it now are they're amazing. They're really like if you're a beginner, if you're a pro, it doesn't matter, anyone in between. It's the features now that are being added to it are incredible. And the big thing that we added this time was something that we're calling Art Scout. It's basically a web crawler that searches currently 140 sites. It'll eventually, by the end of January, be over 200 sites. It searches them against keywords. So if you got a free account on CAF, you get 10 keywords. If you have a premium account, which is $75 a year, you get a lot of things, but you get 50 keywords. What's a keyword? Well, if your favorite character is MODOK or Black Bolt or Hulk or some terrible DC character like Miss Juicy Juice or whatever their character names are, I don't remember the character names anymore. So you put that in there, and when there's a hit on any one of those 140 and eventually 200 plus sites, you'll get an alert about it. You'll get an email alert about it, or if your notification's on, you'll get it right on your phone. Which basically means you got a personal assistant looking around the world across hundreds and hundreds of thousands of pieces of art and all of these websites, looking for stuff that you're interested in. So the mobile app's free. Download it, Google Play or Apple Store. Orientate yourself. There's little FAQs. There's a little video that you can look at to figure it out. And, people know how to use apps. They'll figure it out super quick. It's actually a lot easier than going to the website.
Yeah, I was just about to say from my standpoint is, I use Comic Art Fans desktop. I'm not a big desktop guy. Maybe it's just my generation, whatever it was. Like since the app has been coming out, since it was launched and we've been putting these updates in, the app's been like my best friend because I used to make a time once a month. I would literally take a night and I would go on Comic Art Fans and I would just go to the new art tab and just doom scroll. I would just scroll and scroll and scroll in front of my computer just to see what people commissioned, what was being posted, whether it was an artist I knew or if I didn't know the artist, I would check them out. Now I spend a lot less time on Instagram or Facebook. I'm on the Comic Art Fans app. I'm always looking at, galleries that I follow or new art that's being posted. And, I always say there's always someone collecting. there's different time zones, different change, different conventions going on that not everybody can know about. But when the stuff comes to comic art fans, as a guy who just genuinely appreciates amazing art, I log on to it not only to post or to buy, but just to see what's out there and see the capabilities, see new artists, see how people collect. If you're a character collector, if you're a DC collector, a Marvel collector, a cover collector, a commission collector, like just different ways that can inspire me or, open up my eyes on how to collect. And the mobile app has, as Casper said, it's like a personal assistant. So if my Black Bolt, ping goes off, I get a push notification right to my phone. I can see where it's posted. I can see the price, and I can, make a decision from there. But I also have my mobile gallery on my phone. And if I pick up a piece to collect at a convention, I don't have to wait to take it home and to scan it. I can take a picture of it and upload it right at the convention. It's a really, really cool mobile app.
Man, I haven't downloaded it yet, man. I have that tab on my desktop and I just go straight to the CAF and, everything's all there, all of my little workstation here, but I gotta check it out, man. You guys are selling me to it. So you said, Matt, that you could like upload it right then and then you can like use the camera within it and upload it there. Oh, so that's cool.
I did one and I saw a guy, actually a collector of Baltimore, buy a piece. He goes, "Do you mind if I put this down on your table?" I said, "No." And I saw him take out his phone and take a picture. I said, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I'm uploading it to my CAF gallery." And like he had just bought it from me. I was like, "That's awesome. Like that's really cool." It was a super cool thing to see.
24/7 comics is in the house. My bad, man. I got shot at my man Carl, man. Carl. Yeah, man. 24/7 comics in the house, man. What up, dog?
He's everywhere. Yeah, if he's not posting, he's lurking. What we love about the mobile app is one of the things that we do at Comic Art Fans is we want more people to know about how awesome comic art is. We want more people to collect it. We think that a lot of people that read comics would love it at whatever level. If it's commissions, published pieces, old, new, whatever it is, sketch cards, it doesn't matter. There's so much stuff that you can get into at every single price point. One of the cool things with the app is you can just sit there and just discover just over and over again new artists, stuff that you've never seen of a favorite character, pages from a book that you love that you've never seen the art of. But the great thing about it for people that are just figuring this out is Art Scout lists those 140 and eventually again 200 people that are selling art. They're artists, they're reps, they're dealers, they're groups all over the world. So if you have your Black Bolt or your MODOK or your Hulk or Batman keyword, whatever it is, when you get a hit, you find out who's doing what. You find out that there's this art dealer. His name is Anthony Snyder, and you find out more about him. You find out that there's this art rep named Essential Sequential, and you got a David Finch hit on a Moon Knight piece, and you find out that there's this art rep group called Essential Sequential. They have these a bunch of artists. One of them is David Finch. It's a great way to get orientated to who's active in the world, down to the artist level and all the way up to the auction level and everything in between.
Yeah, man. The Comic Arts Fan. I think I got hip to it maybe 2 years ago.
We got to do a better job.
And it's kind of opened my whole world up even more for SIGs as well, because like you said, who's behind the artist. So okay, Essential Sequentials. Okay, so boom. If David Finch is going to be at a show, right? Now I know Essential Sequential is going to be there, and so the odds are Jeff Loeb's going to be there. Klaus Janson is going to be there. You see what I'm saying? You get you get to see the roster, and then it's a process of elimination after that, and it helps out, man. Fantastic. Okay, well I want to move on because there's other things that I want to talk about CAF related as well, and we're gonna. This is the one I had the biggest question about. So I wanted to get into this because this was like I think the most recent news that I saw on IG, and it's about this company conversion and public benefit corporation. What is all of that? Break it all down.
Yeah, I'm not going to bore the audience too much, except to say that where companies by definition are formed to maximize shareholder value. That's the simple sentence of what a company is. And a corporation is a fake entity that protects the individuals behind it as much as possible. That's why corporations were formed. That's all great. We lived with that for a long time. There are millions of them. Fine. Comic Art Fans has a public benefit stance, which means we want people to know about comic art, illustration art, animation art, game art, all the visual and storytelling and narrative art. We want them to be educated. We want them to go through all of our videos, be involved in the community. We want people to, well, I'll put it simple, not be ripped off, for example, early on when they're trying to get orientated. It happens a lot more than you think. So we have all these tools. We have features. We have a lot of free entry points that you never have to move past. So what this does is we've continued to do that. I've been with Comic Art Fans for 3 years now. Comic Art Fans was very largely like this prior to me joining. I wanted it to be official, active. I wanted it to be the front of how we act. And everyone that has been brought into Comic Art Fans believed this from the beginning, and it was just time to go to our board and our shareholders and make it happen. And basically what it is there's like 35, 38, 40 states in the country that recognize S and C and LLC and other types of corporations converting to what's called a PBC, a public benefit corporation. You change your charter, essentially. You change your articles of incorporation, your operating bylaws. It's a statutory requirement from thereafter that you follow the requirements of a public benefit corporation, which simply states that we have to consider the public benefit, employee benefit, and let's call it important or primary players. We have to consider that as much as, or in line with, or in consideration and balance with shareholders. That's the technical kind of non-sexy way to say that we have a mandate now to sort of have a non-profit sort of approach to what we do, but we can still make some money, but it's not all about the money. And thank God, because I'm not really about optimizing money. I would like to balance it with good.
I like that. I like that, man. Mark, you have any questions you want to ask these guys?
Yeah, I wanted to ask Kazra, is Comic Art Fans the first of its kind? Or have you guys always been the front runner for comic art and having it logged on to the internet?
I think that's fair. I mean, there were some like the Lowry site back in the day. I think it was named after Bruce Lowry. I have to dust my brain off, a collector from back in the day. There were places where you could post like 5 pieces of art or a small number of pieces of art. And then Bill Cox, his wife Maureen Cox, and Chris Haggard, they were running a company that was building websites for other organizations. And Bill, especially, Chris too, Maureen, I think at the time a little bit, but a lot more now, they were collecting comic art. And oddly enough, they were collecting mostly commissions. And I think the core thing that they were frustrated with is that they just couldn't see commissions anywhere. I mean, back then, people would get a commission, it would just go into nothing, right? So they why don't we just use some of the stuff that we've done with other websites and build a place where people can just post their art, and they can post it, at scale, basically, right? And that was around 2003-ish, 2000, late 2002, 2003. I should probably remember that. And they were the first. There's no doubt about it. And then here we are, where it's actually more than 2 million pieces over those 20 plus years that have been posted.
2 million pieces.
Yeah, 1.3 are like viewable right now and active. Yeah.
Man, fantastic, man. Well, I it's kind of like I was telling my wife, my grandmother used to watch like the Home Shopping Network and all that shit, and CAF has kind of turned turned into mine, tuning in on Wednesdays, seeing what people are slinging and stuff like that. And it's actually, fun to watch. And I get educated on a lot of stuff, but I really found out more than anything on CAF that, man, dude, how much Marvel fans is out there, man. I'm like, dude, people shit on DC there. Oh man, it's crazy. So
it's not right. It's not
Yeah,
right.
it's not right. Justice for DC.
I'm like, wow, I realize I live in the Marvel world, but it's all good, man. But I want to move on and talk about OAX, man. And as we hold on, man, these guys, I thought all the guys were in. They weren't in. All right, now we're all in. All right, I want to talk about OAX. This is something I couldn't go to the show this year because I had a newborn. Last year I didn't know about it.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And last year I never heard about it, and it was like after the fact, you know, when like
you got another kid coming this year. Is that why you want to come in this year?
Oh no! Oh,
Did you
no.
name him Bruce?
No, I did not.
DC guy.
Well, you know what's funny? My last name is West, and my son wanted me to name him Wally, and I was like, nah.
It could have worked. It could have worked.
I was like, they treat Wally
That's what middle names are for.
We need more. I like that. There we go, man.
Oh, Nardo, what's up?
Yes, there we go. More DC on CAF. I like it.
He's the man of the people.
Yeah, man of the people.
But anyway, well, first off, this is the third year coming up, 2026. I wanted to get a little backdrop on just kind of the origin story of the original Art Expo, considering it's only been 2 of them so far.
Yeah, I'll be quick about this. Sorry, DeTulio. This is
I'm here. I'm involved.
yeah. Bill and I known each other since like the first year that CAF was put together. I guess I was one of the original people. I guess, but my gallery number is lower enough. I've been on it since at least 2004, and we reconnected. He moved down to Florida. I was just moved to Orlando during the pandemic, and he moved just north of it. So we reconnected, got together, and we started talking about CAF. And I had like 15 years of things that I wanted to do with CAF. I've been in a lot of. I worked in the biotech pharma field, but to stay sane, I did a lot of art rep work. I worked with galleries. I did a small press, indie, all of that kind of stuff, right? And there's all kinds of stuff I wanted to do. Turns out he wanted to do a lot of those things, and some of them he was like, "Do you think we could really do that?" So we started talking, and he always wanted to do a show, like an art show, and I guess we felt comfortable with the partnership to do it together. So we just came up with OAX, and it kind of started. It started a little small, and then we found a really nice space, and I came up with some like bullshit cliche business mantra stuff, like year 3 show year 1, and we just went all chips in, and it's worked out so far. That's pretty much how it happened.
Yeah, from my standpoint, like I traveled all around the world for art shows because it's my passion, and I'm like, I love New York Comic Con, I love San Diego Comic Con, but there's a lot of Funko Pops and pillows and T-shirts, and like everybody can collect their own thing, but like I was just looking for something for art, and when I heard about OAX and I saw it being posted on Comic Art Fans, I was like, this is where I want to be. And it was like
I never heard this before, honestly.
No, it's just something where I was like, oh, I don't have to travel. Like, why isn't what's going on overseas going on here? And now it is. And I started like literally getting excited about something that I had never been to, because I wanted something like that to come around. So when year 1 happened and I was actually at the show, it was like a surreal moment, because you're standing in there and you're surrounded by all this stuff, and like stuff that you never thought you'd get to see in person, let alone go up to someone, an artist, talk to them, hold a piece of art, things like that. Like, it just is such a different experience. And I love all those other conventions that are out there. They serve their purpose, but to have something that was just dedicated towards original art, towards narrative art, that you could go and see people create right in front of you. It's much different than if you're in an artist alley. The whole place is artist alley. It's just insane. It was just incredible. It was awesome. When I heard about OAX, I was in, I wanted to be a part of it. And I couldn't wait to not only attend, be a part of, but just get there and see everything. I wanted to just consume it all. I was so excited.
What I heard about it is it's like Lake Como but in the States. You know, that was like the best like comp that I got from it. And they said the homie said it's growing. SEG, you've been at the all of them right so far, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I was at last year's. I didn't miss yeah.
All right,
but
so impressions of this year.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so is it me or I don't know if it's my internet or what it is, but no, as far as the impression of the show, fantastic. There's so much there, and like I can like be like an ADHD kid in some shows where I'm like, where do I start? Where do I start? Where do I start? And then the rush and all the people pressing in on you and all these cosplayers and all the other stuff that I'm not interested in pushing around me and pushing me off to the side. You don't have that at OAX. It's super chill to have so much there. To me, it was just like super chill. You could walk straight up to the artist. They talk to you. Like was said, you could see art you never thought you'd see before, like hold it in your hand, talk about it. It's just a really surreal experience. Last year, they had the collections in black, being able to go through that, the card exhibits and the like. It was just a great experience. Other than having to push my car up the hill because there was ice in Florida.
Yeah, that was messed up.
Who knew? Yeah. Who knew? But it was great.
Did you? I can't remember Southern Comic Geek at OAX. Did you have the wagon? Is that a wagon convention?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
that's one of my. When I see the wagon, I'm like, this guy's coming prepared. He's got enough. He wants to make sure he can tow out as much art as he possibly can.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So shout out to Big Phil. He also I saw an interview. He was interviewed by Bill. I think he was promoting the collections in black. And I don't know if this was before OAX or after. I think it was before OAX. Mm-hmm. And then we interviewed Phil after OAX, and he gave me all his footage, and that's why I made this great slide. And this looks awesome, guys. Just everybody seems like they're all just kind of there. Like there's no like buffer in between people. It's not like a whole sea of people. I mean, look how close everyone is to original art. And so my question, Matt Kazra, this year you guys had the collections in black, and it seemed like not only did Phil have his original exhibit, but other people were able to contribute to the exhibit while at OAX as well, right?
Yeah. We wanted to make it different than what was at the August Wilson Center. So Big Phil, Khalil, Giron, and myself basically co-curated it, and we drew from some of the best pieces out of the community from private collectors and from art dealers and from art reps. And there was just sick pieces in there.
It was incredible. It was incredible.
And so my question to you is there something like similar going on next year? Where is there going to be like another kind of exhibit featuring another perhaps art style or medium or something like that?
The special galleries are, I guess I'll say this. I don't usually say this, but they're kind of my babies. They're very, very important to me. So the first year, there was an illustration collection called the Korshak Collection. It's a family collection, and they had stuff that you wouldn't believe back into the 1920s and 30s, all the way back to Gustave Doré. They had crazy stuff that related very much even to modern comics and sort of the pulp stuff that you might have seen growing up a little bit here and there. We had an Adam Kubert exhibit, and I mean, Adam had a bunch of his like 30 by 40 inch covers there, a whole bunch of them, and a collector by the name of Woolby Fan, we call him Rob behind his back. Woolby Fan had a complete book, and I'm drawing a blank. Was it issue 90? I think it was issue 90.
One with Wolverine and Sabretooth.
Yeah, and it had like not double page spreads. It had like 4-page gatefolds, I think is what Adam, if you call them a spread, Adam doesn't like that. They were called gatefolds. They were just gigantic, incredible gallery. We had a 30-year retrospective of Marvel Masterpiece art. that was unbelievable. The whole thing was crazy. Year 2, collections in black. I kind of wanted to step up a little bit, and Big Phil actually just texted me. He's at a black tie event at the August Wilson tonight. Otherwise, he'd be in the chat causing pain for everybody. we had Marcus Rohrwald come in from Switzerland with German sci-fi painted cover art collection, which was crazy. The Korshak collection came back. Their collection's so big that they brought a whole other set of stuff, including their Frazetta painting, including one of the best Mike Coludas I've ever seen.
And the crinkle.
The crinkle was beautiful. I mean, they had a lot. They had a lot.
It was incredible.
And we had another exhibit of Marvel Masterpiece, and it was crazy. This year, we may have as many as 6 special galleries. I'll just say that. We haven't announced it yet, but the team was actually going over it today. We want to let everyone know about it in December, maybe right after Christmas. Yeah.
Wait, Kazra. Can I ask a question real quick, Mike?
Yeah, do your thing, bro.
I want to ask real quick, Kazra, and then I want to ask another question. But you're saying that the Korshak gallery had original Gustave Doré pieces?
Yeah.
What? Are they coming back this year?
They're taking the year off. Their collection right now is being presented at the University of Delaware.
Okay.
But I've got I'm not kidding now, guys. This is where things get a little bit easier now. I have 8 or 9 people that are talking to me about wanting to do exhibits. So, but the point is this: we'll tell you this. We're going to have an illustration collection. We're going to have a comic art collection. We're going to have a manga art collection. Yeah. We're going to have a Marvel and likely DC card-related art collection. We'd like a Magic the Gathering one. The whole point is that we started with comic art, and we sort of Trojan horsed illustration and card-based art into it. Then we came out strong year 2 with the Card Art Expo, with Card Art and the Illustration Art Expo. And this year we just announced the Animation Art Expo, A2X, and the Game Art Expo, GAX. And I'm working with a nonprofit called Project Pinball that basically raises money. The community gets a pinball machine together. They raise $10,000, $12,000, $14,000. They buy that machine and they place them in the children's hospitals for the kids in the hospitals. We're trying to put together a gallery that is a lot of IP that we love, put it that way, whether it's X-Men or Batman or whatever it is, whether it's a film. We're going to have a bunch of pinball machines and some of the art and some of the back glass and some of that stuff in a gallery. And then we're going to raise money to try to place a pinball machine in a hospital here in Orlando that they've identified. So we get to have fun with this stuff moving forward. Next 2027, we're going to have a Nintendo art exhibit, a special gallery at OAX that'll blow your mind. I wanted it this year. I just ran out of time.
That's great.
Thank you for asking, honestly, because we don't get to talk about the special galleries.
Yeah.
It's not like the fun, sexy, intense.
No,
crazy.
that's what that's what we like talking about, man.
Thank you.
Well, I wanted to say about the special galleries. I was obviously exhibiting. I'm there. I'm doing it. I actually made sure to take a half hour each day just to go into the special galleries to appreciate what's there. Because as you said, you were wait, that was there? I'm not kidding you. Every step I took, I was wait, what? And to know that those things were out there and I had never, let alone seen them on the internet, but I was staring, a yard away from a Frazetta. And I stood in front of a Frazetta for 10 minutes. And then I go down and I see Black Panther versus the KKK, historic pages that are directly in front of me that could have been lost to history. They could be in someone's collection that you never see the light of day, and they're here. And I was I wanted to make sure that the special gallery didn't get lost even on me, who knew what was going in there, because there's so much there, like Southern Comic Geek said. So I said, if you go to OAX, please make sure to take time to appreciate what's in the special galleries, because there's a lot to buy, a lot of people to see, a lot of things to get signed, but you don't get to see stuff like that. You just really don't. So when you come to an event like this and you get to kind of absorb things like that in person. It's a much different experience than seeing it on your computer screen.
We are unpacking Original Art Expo, the past, present, and the future. But I got to echo my man SCG. Smash the like button. And if you haven't subscribed to the 6 Layer Station, what the fuck are you doing, guys? This is one of the dopest YouTube channels and that deals with comics in the whole universe, man. And we cover everything here. And we brought the CAF guys to you. Okay. So we did it here. We managed to do that. So please smash the like button and subscribe to the 6 Layer Station and subscribe to the Southern Comic Geek, because we are all multi-streaming right now. All right. I got to ask the chat this question. All right. So chat 1, have you went to any of the OAXs? So let us know what's the best thing about the OAX, the Original Art Expo. What it is. And here we go. Jewish Dragon. Shout out to him. OAX is the new gold standard of conventions for me. And so, okay, and that
Jewish dragons are my favorite type of dragon.
What's up, Ian?
And he just threw me an alley-oop, because the tagline at the bottom is this the next best con? No, we're not talking about cosplayers or is Mark Hamill showing up or Palpatine, but you just mentioned, Kazra, video game art, and I wanted to bring up something, because I saw some videos. It was probably one of the Comic Art Lives, and I'm gonna talk about that in a little bit too. But it was like one of the Comic Art Lives panels where I forgot which one, but does it ring a bell with one of the Magic card art? Was who was a part of that panel? Was it both of you?
We did a Magic one in May. You might have seen it. Yeah. Tatiana did one. Yeah.
And so like my question is, because like, you know, Magic cards are just, they're coveted within themselves. But I got a brother-in-law that got boxes unopened that he ain't opened since like 99. You know, they're just collecting dust. And then you're talking about the art that's on the cards. Now you talk about comic book art and not knowing what's attainable or not. How the hell did you get your hands on Magic card art?
Well, you asked your boy Carl Choi to begin.
I was just about to say talk to Carl Choi, 24/7 Comics.
There's a Facebook page for Magic the Gathering art. Tatiana is one of the, I think there's 5 or 6 primary admins for it, and it's basically the place in the world. Now, what you'll find out is you can't afford any of it anyway.
That's
okay.
Don't even try. If you want to get pissed off, go ahead and check it out. It's fun to see, and they do like open auctions there. They're like a post a piece, and the auction's going to run until this Sunday at 5 p.m. and people bid and they post the highest bid, and it just rolls right there live on Facebook.
So who wins this? Like Super Saiyan God nerds?
Carl Choi.
When I tell you, like, you have to be dialed. You got to know when the auction itself that they put up is going to expire. You got to be ready to put in your offer plus whatever your counter is going to be if someone goes over you, all within like the last 30 seconds of the auction, and just like pray you win.
It's like playing QB against the Blitz.
Like all jokes aside, it's just like everything. There are pieces that cost less, but just not a lot of them. And if you want to touch anything related to the Magic Marvel crossover stuff going on now, don't just forget it. We had to fight just to get like 3 or 4 of those Marvel Magic paintings to come to OAX, because the second Wizards of the Coast lets those artists sell them, I'm talking 5 seconds later, they post them on that Facebook page or they sell them privately for a lot of money. Just to get artists to hold back to bring them to OAX is a coup for us. So people are going to see some of it in person there at least.
It's going to be awesome.
Man, okay, so here's another rumor I heard. Friday nights be popping with the trades amongst the collecting community before the show even opens and the vendors even get a chance to even sell anything. Obviously, there's pre-commissions, which I want to talk about that too. But somebody talk about the trades, the deals that's going on amongst the collectors, because a lot of this stuff, like you talk about things that don't see the light of day, it might not see the light of day ever again. And those deals that happen on Friday. So someone talk about the deals that be popping up. What y'all seen there?
Well, Matt would know even better than me because he's setting up with Bianchi and DeMeo and now with Assad Ribic, and people are kissing his ass way early.
I don't know about
okay.
all that. I don't know about all that, but I would say, man, I think I got there on Thursday to check in, and Anthony Snyder had a booth in the hotel lobby.
Yeah.
Table set up. No, what I think is really great about OAX, it's a little different than a lot of other conventions, is like we actually encourage, like I tell everybody, like the only thing you need for OAX is an iToya. Like make sure you bring a portfolio, make whatever brand you want, but like bring a portfolio. And one of the cool things is like everybody there is there to, you know, because they collect, because they have a passion for it, whatever. So like when somebody walks up and has their portfolio, your natural instinct as a collector is like, what's going on in there? Like, what's happening? And a lot of people bring their things to show, which again, I love because you get to see them, but then they're like, oh, this is mine. This is that. And then I have this and this for trade. And, you know, a lot of collectors are meeting up early Friday nights, doing portfolio reviews, sharing. Like, I didn't know you had this page. I didn't know you had that. You want to do a trade? You want to do a swap?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And like, it's such a cool thing to see. It's such a cool environment to be in. And then, you know, a lot of dealers, you know, whether it be Anthony Snyder, Mike Berkey, whatever it is, like people are coming up and, you know, to me, and they're like, hey, I love that piece on your back wall. Could you do half trade, half cash? Here's my portfolio. They give you the portfolio. You can start looking through it, see what's in there. It's just it's a really unique experience to be around that many people that bring their own original art to buy, sell, trade to a convention. So the Friday deals are a lot of collector to collector. And I think that's something that's super special about OAX.
All right, Chad. I'm waiting to know what's the best thing about OAX. And so I'm tossing it to you, SCG. The best thing about OAX. You went this year. Putting you on the spot.
Ooh,
Free booze.
Yeah,
That's a lot of free booze.
It's free booze.
So, yeah, I would say seeing the stuff like kind of that's off of the website. You know, one of the things that I don't know if it was mentioned earlier about the benefits of the app is it kind of removes the barrier that some people have when they got a stack of art from years of collecting. And we never see it come. They never share it with nobody because it's a huge monumental task to load it up in the scanner and put it on the thing. And if we're removing that barrier, maybe we'll see some of that stuff come out from under the rocks. That's one of the great things about OAX is you'll be able to see those things that people might or might not have posted on their CAF. You know, some people like myself, I mean, I can't wait to post it on CAF. Other people are a little more secretive on some of their items. So that's one of the great things that you'll see there.
Man,
Jason, I can't know if you say your name, but one of the greatest compliments we got after the first year of OAX, and from the group of jaded collectors, we know who they are, Jason D'Ambrosio and others, was they couldn't believe how much art they had never seen was there.
Yeah.
And we actively, like down to the agreements, are very nearly, if not actually mandating that people bring stuff that they have never brought anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And so when he goes right down the road to Anthony Snyder's warehouse and he looks through every single piece of art, and he's done it 42 times, and he comes to OAX and he finds something new, he's happy and he's pissed at Anthony because he didn't show him before. It's that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And the other thing about OAX I want to say before I forget is year one, people flew in on Friday. There was a VIP private reception for VIP people and the artists and exhibitors on Friday from like 5 to 8 p.m. And they stayed till Sunday, and maybe they came in a day early or a day later because they wanted to go to one of the parks, Disney, Universal, whatever, right? Year two, unbelievable number of people came in on Thursday, and a lot of them didn't leave till Monday. This year already, I can tell you straight up because I know all the hotel reservations, everybody, like anybody that can, is coming in on Thursday and leaving on Monday. So you're talking about a 5-day show. And my dream for OAX is that the show on Saturday and Sunday is not why you even come. We're building out events and activities and stuff all around it so that you got 5 days, legit 5 days to do stuff outside of the show, let alone at the show. The show is just a reason for us to come to Orlando. But what you remember is going to be everything around it. And we're going to start announcing those in December too.
the one thing I want to say about CAF before I forget, man, it's like, in the comic book world, it's like a dick measuring contest when you start getting into like the collecting and the comics. Oh, I got Hulk 181. I'm this, I'm that, man.
Yeah.
In the art world, there's always a bigger dog out there. You know what I mean? Because it's like, there's so many different aspects to art, and then there's different price points. It's just different levels. So you got to go in just loving what you love, and then half the time, what I found out with art too, is like you could love something till the cows come home and still not be able to get it because somebody may have sniped it before you. And so sometimes availability is the best ability. Even if you may have the resources to acquire it, you may not have the game yet. You might not have the game, the know-how to acquire certain pieces, or to get on that list, or to know this person to hook you up, or however it may be, right? And so that's what I liked about hearing about the Friday stuff and SEG. You kind of hit it on the head. It's the stuff. It's like, I'm not a big CGC guy, so I'm a big believer that there's stuff that's not on the CGC registry that's like probably like the greatest thing in the world that we haven't seen, and that's kind of like the art world too, right? It's like it's one of one. It's its own kind of thing, and CAF, it is kind of like the universe to know what's out there, right? It's like Google to spit you guys out. You guys search something, Google to spit you guys out. Like it's you know what's available, right? But then, like you said on Friday, right? Oh shit! Like then you think blah 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 sold that. You think about the artist. The artist sold that. When did they have that? When did they sell that? Like who had that? The inker? Who had that? The pencil? Like what? Like when did you? What? What's up? Like you want to make a trade? Like so. When I go to OAX, I'm most excited about that part. And I'm just putting out there, man. Anybody that's Green Lantern, Jeff Johns fans, holler at your boys. Grant Morrison, Batman, holler at your boy, because that's what I'm coming there looking forward. Any other DC fans, let's crew up and let's bang on these Marvel heads out there. We got to start one by one.
You'll be happy.
So Matt, I got to ask you.
Sure.
What are you most hyped about this upcoming year for OAX?
A2X, no two ways about it. Animation Art Expo. I am like so thrilled. First off, I'm psyched to be there. I love being there. I love seeing everyone. I love seeing all the art. I like being a part, like I said, of Jewish Dragons in the chat. Like the atmosphere, just like it's a weird thing that I was trying to explain to my wife the other day. When I come back from New York Comic Con or Baltimore, and they're great conventions, I'm like drained. When I come back from OAX, like I'm energized because I saw stuff, I saw people, I saw reactions, and like it makes me, like you said earlier about being a small fish in a big pond. There's always a guy out there. Like it keeps me hungry to want to keep refining my collection, keeps me hungry to want to keep providing my clients with the best art possible, and it keeps me hungry to make sure I want to bring new and diverse original arts. Like if I buy a collection or my artists are doing things, I say, hey, we're going to sell, it's 10 things. We're going to sell these 7. We're going to place these 3 in a folder for OAX. And like that show is going to be incredible for us. It's going to be important. We're going to make it a bigger deal. So that's it for me on, kind of the art rep, side of it and the comic art fan side of it. But for a personal, complete, personal side, it's A2X. I've been really into collecting animation art lately. Manga and anime inspired stuff, Naruto, Hunter x Hunter, Vampire Hunter D, knowing, some of the manga things that we have coming, and knowing that people are going to be bringing, cells and drawings from the shows that I watched as a child that literally made me want to continue to collect. It's like the thing I'm hands down the most excited for. And what animation art did for me was it made me get hungry again about collecting. It made me open up my blinders to not just be a Black Bolt, Death Dealer, Scarlet Witch guy, and realize that there's all different types of art out there that can be collected, and you don't have to have, $1.9 million to buy it. You can go out there, and if you do the research, if you're hungry and you want it, there's just stunning pieces out there that you can find and you don't have to do a lot of the digging if you come to OAX because it's there, and that's the most impressive thing. So that I'm excited for Animation Art Expo. I can't wait for it.
So I'm gonna toss you that same question, Kaz. What you most hyped about for this upcoming year OAX?
When it's over,
I was just about to say the last day.
100%.
Can't stop.
I'm going to try to enjoy it more this year. I'm looking forward to seeing whether that works. That would be nice. And then we added the Jack and Ross Kirby Awards
Oh,
this
Jewish
year.
Dragon, thank you, man. I'm so sorry to interrupt.
And
you.
yeah, the Bills. That's okay. They're just
Eight
going to
times,
go.
eight times. APB
Okay.
out on Josh.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
We got a great night. Don't do this to me.
You're lucky he didn't tear a ligament. That's the thing. You won that night because
I
Alan.
just want to say
Alan's
something. When
playing
he
next
went
week.
down, I looked at my wife. I said, "It's all over. We have nothing now." And she was
You
like,
got
don't be negative. Don't be negative." I was like, "Okay, all right, I'll try."
Don't worry, man. People thought the same thing when Trump was shot. Someone will step up. Somebody will step up. They'll always step up. You got
Yeah,
back.
money, we got Money Mitch, dude. Money Mitch will be fine.
So the Jack and Ross Kirby Awards.
Oh,
that's
man.
that's
Right,
what I'm looking
right.
forward to. Yeah, remember that? We gotta edit all that out. It'll be the first one, and the ceremony will be at OAX, and it'll be on Saturday night. Show ends at 5. We'll probably start about 5:45. Let people file in. You have the 3-hour open bar with burgers, fries, pizza, and some we call them just put carbs in your stomach so you can drink more kind of food, right? And there'll be the awards ceremony, and that'll be followed by the auction and fundraiser, which I think Matt and Tatiana will be the co-auctioneers again this year. They were awesome last time, so I'm looking forward to that. And they built an outdoor pavilion, so all of that indoor space that we had to take up with the chairs and the tables and all that's for the auction is all going to be moved outside. So the second thing that I'm looking forward to is we have it's a second entire show floor, almost the size of the main show floor this year, which is going to have the Card Art Expo, Illustration Art Expo, Animation Art Expo, and Game Art Expo in it. Probably going to move this guy, the Tulio, from the main floor into that room just so he can shop easier.
I was just about to say, if I can sniff the animation art from closer, I'm in.
A lot to look forward to. Honestly, if you ask me again, which you haven't, I'm really looking forward to the events. The idea with these events, we're just calling them events, is we're going to come up with stuff. So the Jack and Ross Kirby Awards, the auction and fundraiser. We have a preview night on Friday now for 2 hours before the VIP dinner. That's new. On Sunday for an hour, there's a free sketch event. And we expect probably 50 artists to be doing free sketches for an hour for people. So you get a one-day ticket, you come in, you walk away with a whole bunch of DC free sketches. There you go, right? Ooh. So we'll do events, and we got a lot more events than that lined up, panels, whatever, right? The second category is the artists and exhibitors. They come up with events. John Romita Jr., we're talking to him. He's going to do a one-on-one event, sign people, give some prints, do some books, sketches, blah, blah, blah. A lot more people we're talking to about that. But the third category, and I know this is going to take a couple of years to roll out, and it's kind of like, I don't know, what's it? It's like a prison break. We're going to let the attendees come up with events. And if you just tell us what your event is, we don't care how crazy it is. If we like it, you go on the official event list, you get promoted to the newsletters and our YouTube channel, you go right on the website, you go right into the brochure. And what we want is 4 or 5 days of all of this stuff going on at all of these different times. And we want you to FOMO the hell out of your experience. We want you to hyperventilate when you're there because you want to do multiple things at once. I mean, and then the show's 7 hours.
Yeah, whatever you need.
The show's only 7 hours on Saturday and Sunday. Who cares about the show anymore?
FOMO the hell out, man.
FOMO the hell out.
I like that, man. Okay, I got to move on to this next topic, man. I got to pick your brain, and we're gonna start this off with some barbershop kind of talk here with art, because I got to pick everybody's brain. So I'm about to put everybody on the spot. I'm gonna give our guests some time to think about this question. So Kazra and Matt, think about this. I'm throwing this to SEG first. Okay. Top 5 artists of all time. Your favorite artists.
Warner
5
Roth.
of them. Okay, dead or alive. Dead or alive. I'm throwing it out there. I want some controversial shit.
That's
comics only, obviously. Comics
Yeah,
only.
comics only.
Yeah.
Comics
Ameri-
only. Yeah.
American comics only. Are we going to I just put together an award show. You know, you got to do geography, you got to do time periods, you got to do dates.
Yeah,
We're
American
talking.
comics.
Are we
It
talking
would be a
American
simple
comics?
question with Casper. What are the rules?
Are we
American
just,
comics.
Are we just America or not? Are we doing
Yeah,
America?
I guess American. That's all I know, man. I would want to, but but you can educate us. So it's your favorite list.
Gotcha.
If it was some underground shit that I knew about, y'all didn't know about, I would definitely let you know.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? All right, so boom. SCG though, I'm waiting.
This is tough because I like so much stuff. Barry Windsor Smith.
Okay.
Good choice.
That's a great.
Let's see. Probably Bob Layton from the standpoint of having to do so much with the Valiant stuff, which I largely collect. David Finch.
David Finch, okay.
Sal Buscema. Gary Frank.
And Gary Frank, I like Gary Frank. That's a good one, man. That is a roundabout list. That's about an SEG kind of list. I like that. People from a little bit from everywhere. All right, man. You can't fill all 5 of your spots with Miller, Mark. So all right. So you got all right. So I know Miller's gonna be one of them.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's one of my guys. But top Kirby, for sure, all time Kirby, Miller, Mignola, George Perez, and Jaime Hernandez.
Okay. All right. So me. All right. So 5. So Doug Mankey. He's like number 1 for me. You know, shout out to Doug Mankey. Yvonne Reese or Reyes, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but you know, my favorite Green Lantern artist. So boom. Alex Ross is like, he rocked my world. You know, Kingdom Come like changed my life. And he's the only like variant cover artist where I still get all of his shit, like all of his Batman covers every San Diego, New York. So that's the Banky, Ross. Oh, George Perez for sure. Oh, and Neil Adams, like I spent my whole like 39th birthday with him, like the whole day in Burbank, California. And no one was there. It was, you know, they forgot he was, you know, he had a comic book shop. I was like, I'm going over there kicking with Neil, man, for a while. So yeah, so boom. All right, so here we go. Matt. 5.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm gonna be completely unbiased and leave out because I would put in
Simone,
DeMio, and Assad. I will leave them out. Olivier Coipel.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh.
Alex Ross. Amano. Akira Toriyama.
Okay.
We said American.
Yeah, but that's
but Akira Toriyama, man. Come on, man. I know
Yeah,
America.
yeah.
Come on, man. Come on, guy. It's a legend.
And let me throw in a current guy that's just beasting. Dan Mora.
Dan Mora is a killer.
I think he's one of the best guys doing comics currently. And then another guy that I would maybe put on like right there is Alex Maleev. Alex Maleev is a phenomenal painter.
Yes. I actually just met Dan and Alex for the first time in New York this year, man. I was the 2 people. And then I thought Olivier Coipel was going to be there, but he wasn't there either. So I was like, Anyway, Kazra, round it off, man. Round it off. Who you got? 5.
I gotta go Jack Kirby and Bill Sienkiewicz. Those are kind of my easy ones.
Sienkiewicz was close one.
And then I would go. I'll go a little old school with Alex Raymond and Windsor McKay. And then for sentimental, I'll go John Byrne.
John Byrne. Okay, man. A roundabout list. Chat, let us know. Who's your top 5 artists, man? I want to know what's going on out there, man. So we got a big crowd in the mix. Top 5 artists of all time. Educate us. Somebody put Liefeld. Okay. Here we go. Number 1 Marvel fan right here. Okay. Byrne, Romita Sr., Kirby, Salvacin, Perez. Okay, cool. So Perez is in mine. That's how you know he's great. If number one Marvel fan, and I'm
You
like
got the wrong
at least,
December.
Sailor John, who knows?
and I'm at least the 100th DC fan. You know, we got Perez in our top 5, so that's cool, man. Kumbaya moment. All right, so I tasked SEG to pull some stuff from y'all CAF profile.
Oh boy.
I had 2 of my pieces hearted by him right before the show, so I got a feeling he was looking through my gallery.
So I pulled these out, screenshot them. I'm just gonna just pick whatever one one's first. I don't even know which one it is. I kind of didn't want to know, and I'm curious because you guys are show organizers, you guys are artist reps, been collecting for a while. I'm curious about what's your collecting habits and the things that you guys seek out and stuff. And so I'm just gonna press the button. Y'all just holler at me. So
What's funny too is Matt and I ended up in the same place. We both collected painted art.
Yeah,
all the stuff that we went through.
That we both that's our wheelhouse.
All right, so this Excalibur 110, Salvador LaRocca.
Yeah,
I never heard of this artist. Who's this?
He sucks.
I can tell you one thing, it's not mine.
It's Kazra's. We know.
Just a beautiful piece. It's from Excalibur. That's a sentimental pick again from growing up, from issue 1 all the way up to the end.
It's a great page.
It's a beautiful splash. Yeah. Sort of at the end of when I was reading it.
Was towards the end of the run altogether. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Scarlet Witch. You got Simone. I'm gonna go on a limb and say this is yours, Matt.
Yep, that one's mine. That's for like Fleer Ultra something. It's a trading card.
That's my favorite one, Matt. That's the one
I have to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I have a story about this piece. I walked into Simone Bianchi's studio. His studio is the second floor of his house. I was there visiting him, and this was on the back wall. And I was there with my wife and my mother. And Toth's another great pick. Good one. I stopped and I said to my wife, I was like, she could walk out of the wall. Like it looked like her body could have came out of the wall. And I asked Simone, I was like, is it for sale? And he was like, yeah. And I said, not anymore. And I bought it right off the wall. It's my favorite Scarlet Witch painting that I own because she's like an evil witch in this painting. And the eyes are just incredible.
So this is published. Incredible. This is not a commission?
No, it's a trading card. Marvel Fleer Avengers Scarlet Witch.
So what's the dimensions on this one?
It's huge. It's 18 by 24. It's a poster.
Damn.
Yeah,
that's crazy. So all right, so this is still this is your PC. This ain't like so, or is it fluid? Your PC is fluid.
This is in my wife has a closet that I built her, which is called the Room of the Witch, and it's a walk-in closet the size of a whole room, and this is hanging in the room just past me right now. It's not going anywhere.
Okay, all right. And then so all right, so here we go. DC Homer and me. Who the hell is Black Bolt?
That's the homie. That's my guy. The Silent King. He's the leader of the Inhumans. This is by David Palumbo, phenomenal painter. He did Marvel Masterpiece 2020. So I am lucky enough to own 2016 Marvel Masterpiece Black Bolt by Joe Jusko. I have 2018 Black Bolt by Simone Bianchi. And 2020 did not have Black Bolt. He was not on the character list. So I reached out to Palumbo, Dave. He's an awesome guy along with Painter. And I said, hey, I'd really appreciate if you could do your take on Black Bolt like he would have been in the card set. And he agreed. And I picked it up at OAX this year in January. And I gave him no direction. I just said, do what you want to do with Black Bolt. And how he did the like refracting of the scream, the energy. It's just an absolutely incredible painting. It's awesome.
Man, Simone. See, you know, my exposure to Simone was Green Lantern.
Lantern. I heard you say Grant Morrison earlier when he did Shining Knight with Grant Morrison as well from DC.
Yeah, man. So all that stuff. I think I seen you. I think you're in because I met Simone for the first time at MegaCon last year, and so I assume you were at it. So yeah. So I think you may have took my $20 or whatever. So yeah, I've met you before.
Just a guy like, hey, how are you? Give me $20, and then you can talk to the guy you actually want to be here for.
Now this one here, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this one here is Kazra's.
Yes.
Yeah, Matt Haley. This one's a weird one. I got the whole story for him, but some of the panels were done digitally. Some of them weren't. This is a really good page because it was all original art with the big. He draws a great MODOK. I mean, look at that bottom panel. This was a Squirrel Girl story with MODOK. It's a love story.
How often do you get a half splash, Castra? How often does your guy get a full half splash?
It's good volume on that MODOK too.
Yep.
Yeah. Guy always has the best teeth around. There it is.
Okay, so all right, you guys talked about animation art, card art. I mean, all different types of art. Okay, Kazra, where was this piece? When was this piece acquired in your like quest? Like, was this in the beginning? Was this you know? Oh, you got this out of nostalgia? You know, recently. When was this acquired?
Oh, I got this one a while back. It's probably 15 years. It's got to be close to it. It wasn't that long after the story came out, and I contacted Matt about it. The art's actually kind of small. It's like 9x12, maybe.
Really?
The whole page. Yeah.
Wow.
And it was just a weird little Christmas one-off thing that had Squirrel Girl and MODOK together. None of it made sense, so I loved it. I just contacted him. I got it all from him. Yeah, I was collecting. I started a theme collection in 2000, probably about 2005 or so. I liked people that had character collections or that just had a theme. And a lot of people were Batman, you know, or Wolverine, or you know, the major characters. And I thought I'm going to do MODOK because I love Kirby, and I remember this character from when I was a kid, and he freaked the hell out of me. And you know, 20 years later, the joke's on me.
And then I got, let me see how many more I got. I got this one here, and I think I picked this one. Art Germ,
the homie.
Art Germ, Kakashi, Art Germ. Okay, how big is this?
9x12.
You said so, a 9x12.
Yep.
And was this a commission? How did you get this one?
Yeah, so I had reached out to Stanley, and I had won a raffle, but I was also working, and I couldn't be there to win the raffle. So the show passed, and I, reached out to Stanley. I said, hey, if there's anything, you could do. And he said, hey, okay. I think I waited about a year, 2 years, maybe. I can't remember. I think maybe about a year and a half, actually. And I picked it up at MegaCon in 2024. Naruto is one of my favorite animes of all time. Kakashi is my favorite character, and I really wanted Stanley to do it. And when he found out the character that I would have chosen, he was like, I'm all in. I'll definitely do it. I love drawing anime characters, and it's incredible. It's one of my like favorite personal pieces I own, because who else has a Kakashi from Archer? I'm not sure.
And then just to bring the message home, here's another Black Bolt.
Yeah. Okay,
now is this a commission or is this a published piece?
So it's both. It was a commission that became published. This is, I'm in a group on Instagram where we do a Throwdown Thursday, and we post different themes of art every Thursday to show from our collection. And recently we did one that was Tombstone, and it was the piece that you're buried with, and this was the piece I chose. This is my favorite piece that I own in my entire collection. It's the first ever cover quality commission I got from Simone, and he liked it so much he made it his 2019 art book cover. So he published it himself and put all the art from the year in it. And this was this piece is very special to me. I traveled all the way to Italy. It was the first time I met Simone in his home country, to go to Lake Como. I traveled with my mom. She took the picture of me and Simone together when I got this piece, and I have a picture of me like smiling ear to ear when Simone showed it to me, and like it's incredible. It hangs directly above my bed. For somebody said earlier, I think the Scarlet Witch hangs on the ceiling. Black Bolt hangs directly above the bed.
Okay, so I got to ask you this question, Matt. How did you how did that journey morph into being a collector, and then now you rep like some of the best artists in the game?
Oof. Forgive me if anybody in the chat's heard it or anything. Basically, to make a very long story short, I was a super big fan of just artwork in general, reading comics, and I found out about Simone's artwork and I wanted to buy some. And turns out it was like, as Casper and I have talked, and he's been at our rep before, sometimes it's very hard to track down original art. And I was doing all this research and I found SimoneBianchiArt.com and I was trying to find some of the originals and a lot of emails going back and forth. I ended up getting in touch with Simone's sister, Gloria, who's also one of his art rep for Italy. And I just started making a pile and I was like, just send me things as they come in. And I ended up picking him up in person in New York Comic Con 2 years later when he came. And for those 2 years in between, I'm a big tattoo guy. I'm sorry, it's not DC, but I have a Winter Soldier bionic arm. It's normally the easiest way to see that it's me. And my tattoo artist is one of my closest friends and also a comic book collector. And he contributed to Collections in Black at OAX. His name's Otis Arterberry. Shout out to my homie Otis. And every time he's one of the biggest Simone Bianchi fans I know. And every time I was getting work done, I was telling him, I'm like, I wish Simone had a U.S. art rep, because if he had one, I they could do this and that, and he could be at New York and he could do this. And finally, Otis was like, "Why don't you just do it?" And I started making a business plan, and I kind of put my money where my mouth was and presented it to Simone. And I said, "Listen, if you trust me to do this, I'll do it for free. I'll just do it to show you that you need to have representation here. Like, you can be what you are in Italy here. You just need someone that will advocate for you, because there's more people like me." And I did it. It worked out. As soon as the first New York Comic Con event ended, he was like, "We're going to do that. We're going to become a team." And he took a chance on me. It went from there. Worked with him for about 2 years. Then Simone DeMio came on, and then worked with him for a year. And then Assad came on. So a lot of hard work, a lot of, making sure that the hurdles and the holes that I had to jump through to get original art were plugged or easier. It didn't matter your age or your bank account number or whatever it was. You get the question answered. You deliver the reasoning. You don't just say the price is the price because it's what your iPad or your phone told you. You need to know the paints, the brushes, the acrylics, how they did it, how much time, why it's valued at this. And if you can really advocate for the artist, you're not actually selling anything to them at all. You're just educating them, and then they're going to make a decision to buy it on something that they love. And that's kind of the approach that I took. I don't think it should matter your age. I don't think it should matter how long you've collected. I don't think it should matter what's in your collection. You should be treated the same way the whole way through from start to finish, and you should be able to, advocate for your artists. And that's how the Tulio Art Collective was founded, and that's how the transition was made.
Mark, you got a question you want to ask?
I did have a question earlier about OAX. I did want to ask you guys about art collecting. Is for sketches, man, is that like picking up pennies for you guys now? Because you guys are on such a high level of
No.
art collecting?
No. I understand the question.
Yeah, I know what you're
The question. No.
I love it all. I love it all.
Yeah. I just Comic Art Live. We have a virtual art con in spring and in the fall on the Comic Art Fans website, free to attend. 400 exhibitors, 7,500 plus pieces, right? We just had it November 15, 16, if I remember the dates. I bought 9 pieces. I think all 9 of them were unpublished. 3 of them were commissions. 4 of them were sketches, and 1 of them was like a quick painting.
Okay.
So I just bought 9 pieces, and none of them were published.
And I just bought this on my desk.
Who's that from?
A Koi fan, Scarlet Witch graphite.
Yes,
I found it during Comic Art Live. Right to my.
I'm glad you guys brought that up, because I wanted to talk about that, because that was, I think Comic Art Live is what made me really love CAF. Was that part, because it was the ability to get things directly from another collector. And a lot of times that stuff is not there until maybe the next Comic Art Live. They might sell it again. They might not list it. They might not put it in the, where you can buy it off the CAF or whatever. So let's talk about Comic Art Live. That was last week. I had fun. I sold 2 things. I was like, great. I sold 2 pieces.
Oh,
I feel great. Got a possible acquisition coming up this week. So it was like cool that I'm meeting fellow GL fans, because like that's what I actually mine the Comic Art Live for.
Why don't you do a panel during Comic Art Live about DC stuff?
Let's do it.
Educate us.
Put me in, coach. Put me in.
You'd be doing us a favor. Thank you.
Yeah, dude, let's go. I can talk, man. We can do this, man. Bring them all together.
I mean, that's assuming that DC's still around next May.
Man, shit, man. As long as I'm alive, DC will be alive.
Warner Brothers for sale too.
Somebody pick it up.
I think in my collection I have 4. I have 4 DC pieces. So that's
that you have 4.
Yeah, that's not nothing, but I do have 4.
You got a limit? You got 5? Yeah.
I have one Marvel piece. And it's
I got something I gotta get off my chest.
Okay, what's up?
When I grew up, the Bills were DC Comics, the Buffalo Bills.
There we go.
100%. 100%. I mean, I associated them with the AFC's DC Comics, brother. The Bills are like the poster boy.
You just can't let me have a good night.
I'm not even gonna take offense of that, because I knew it was aimed at you, Matt. I knew it was straight.
Shot about to be traded to DC.
I knew that would be crazy. But hey, I have to say, the Comic Art Live, I had a good time. What was you guys' reflection of last week? As members of CAF, what was the outcome of Comic Arts Live like for you guys?
Well, it was a lot of work for one, and Tatiana, director of events, did a hell of a job. I think this is her second time helping to manage Comic Art Live, so that helped a lot. But it's just a lot of work, I'll tell you that. Maureen, Bill, the programming, the back end, 2 days of panels. Did you see how many panels we had? It was like 16, something crazy. And a lot of them are like working with artists, trying to get them to sell stuff they've never sold before. Adam Kubert drove from his house all the way to Bill's house and dropped like a whole bunch of pieces that he's never sold before. I mean, that's cool. That's cool as shit. So the outcome is that the app is making it better. It's making it so that people can go and do whatever they want. They can go out for lunch. They can go shopping. They can drive over to whatever weird place they're cheating on their whatever. They can do whatever they want, right? So the app is going to just make it better and better and better for people, and we're getting more artists involved in it. Those are the 2 things we want to do with it, and this time we did that pretty well. And it feels like for 2 days in May and 2 days in November, the comic art world kind of just all descends in one place. 30,000 plus unique people over the weekend. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, man. Comic Art Live. Yeah, I think I'm trying to think. I think the first piece that I bought, the first piece that I bought with intention was at Comic Art Live, and it was a Tech 1000 page, and I was like, okay, I was like, this is cool, and so like I always kept up with that, and then I realized I was like, oh snap, like this is kind of like a virtual convention, and then I started like watching the actual programs, and that's when I stumbled upon the whole magic art thing, and that's when that's the kind of snowball from there, and then now I'm watching on Wednesdays and all of that, but it really spawned from there. What we do here on the 6 Layer Station, we interview comic book talent every Thursday, like without a doubt. We got the best people in the land, talking about comic books, their projects, right, or the process, but what I like about what you guys do, it's still in that collector mode where you're still getting the education, but it's still to know about the art, you know, so that you can know how to take care of it, or you can know like what you're actually getting. Like I remember I got one piece, like I didn't know what blue lines was, and or what's to me what's worse than blue lines, what I think that needs to be like thrown out there is when they do the digital layouts and then they ink on top. Like that to me, because like at least with blue lines, there's two separate pieces, and so you know that there's two. But like when someone says, "Oh, ink," you know, all art or some vague ass statement like that, and then you get something and you see, you know, the gray lines in the background, you know, you just want to know what you're getting. And so I always say, hey man, like I got that education watching one of the shows with Bill, and somebody brought up gray lines and blue lines, and I was like, oh, okay, that's what I got from the Cameron Stewart. And so it's, you know, and I realize a lot of artists, especially today, they kind of do that now. But for me, I prefer, you know, if I'm going to spend money on, you know, I want like, well, actually, it's funny, in the year my collection kind of reduced down to just DC, GL, and Batman. And so the stuff that I like now is just, you know, the stuff from the mid 2000s, which is just traditional pencils and inks. And so I do have like one mono print. I do have one blue line, but that's kind of to know the history of the production. You know, so I wanted to have a piece to at least tell that story on how comic books were produced. So I do have a Jorge Jimenez mono print, and then I have, you know, and then I have and then I have, you know, inverting gray line, you know, a layout with inks. I thought it was pencil inks, but you know, that's how we did it. You know, I like it, but would I buy another one in the future? No. You know, I would, you know, I want it to be all, you know, as they say, traditional. But anyway, I would like to get back to you guys on just the last thoughts about OAX before we head out here. And is there anything else that you guys, as far as accommodations, like is it like Lake Como, where it's like you get the whole room and the con, or is all that separate, or is it like a regular convention where you just get the ticket and you find your own room? Or
no, Como is beautiful. Como is like one of the places like on a bucket list to go to on a vacation. Yeah, our place is more like how do I describe it? It's kind of like a high school reunion if everyone in your high school wasn't a douchebag. It's like 5 days of fun. So you can go to Como. It's beautiful. Put your pinky in the air and have fun. You can come to OAX every year.
Yep.
Every year. That's the point. We're trying to make you come back and be surprised every year, and for it to be even more fun, more interesting, more people, more collectors, more sharing, more stuff that you've never seen anywhere, more galleries. We have an incredible opportunity to build this out for years to come, and there's no limit to it. There's no ceiling to it right now. Thank God. Year in and year out, thank God. It's just more work. But we sound a little bit we run into a wall sometimes talking about OAX. So one thing I do want to bring out, because it's kind of an experience-based thing, and if you talk about it too much, you sound like you're selling something that's almost impossible to sell, like a really good sandwich, right?
Right.
Big Phil, I love the way he shoots. I love his edits. I love his beats. Some of the stuff he just showed me like a minute and a half of footage from the first OAX, and I'm like, I want you to shoot some video, right? So the collections in black and co-curating it with him and putting that all together was also partly so that he could come down and shoot some of what was going on at OAX, and really from his own perspective, right? So we want to kind of get collections in black out there, and we want to get OAX out there. And he's been working on a 4-part documentary series, and we're finally, newsflash here, it's finally coming out. So I scheduled it with him completely today. I'm going to send it to the team. And I think the first week of December, December 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, we're going to drop all the episodes, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the 6th episode is going to drop at the Black Comic Lords virtual con.
Yeah, the
on
virtual
December
con.
6th.
Yeah.
Yeah. People don't know about that too much yet, but look into it. They have like 30 plus people coming to that on their channel, and it's insane. Their lineup is insane. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, December 3, 4, 5, 6 on the CAF Plus channel. The last one will probably simulcast with the Black Comic Lords on December 6th. And that'll give you a feel, like a totally different feel than the two of us here just going jibber jabber the whole time. It'll give you a feel of what it's like there.
Boots on the ground type of feel. Yep.
Man, that's hard, man. Shout out to Big Phil, man. Shout out to Big Phil and the collection of the Black and the Black Comics Lords. Yeah, I didn't know that was when you were saying the dates. I was like, wait a minute, that's kind of coinciding with the Black Comic Lord thing, because I know that's going to be December 6th. That's fresh, man. That's fresh. Mark, any last questions for the guys before we do the updates?
The last question is, how do you guys dictate the guest list? I know Matt's bringing over Simone and
Simone
and Assad. Assad's gonna be there, and then the Palmiotti and Amanda Connor are always a for sure thing. How do you guys decide the guest list?
Well, it's complicated. It is curated, so I can give you a couple of easy things. Jimmy's on our board of directors.
Yeah,
and we love Jimmy and Amanda, and they're right down the road in Tampa. And they would be there every year, even if they didn't live in Florida, but it is a lot easier for us that they live in Florida. In fact, Jimmy and Amanda have an incredible collection of illustration art too, and they deserve a special gallery probably at OAX 27. Matt, Simone and Bianchi and DeMeo, and now Assad is also a no-brainer. And Matt actually from the beginning was a sponsor of OAX, which we appreciated. But we picked Bianchi and DeMeo to come. We knew DeMeo was going to be the next big thing, huge. And adding Assad is great. Assad is awesome in person and a brilliant artist as well. So they're kind of a cornerstone for us. Bianchi is a cornerstone because he's a painter, he's a personality, and he's a legend in the card community as well. So we get to hit different notes. So that taps into a little bit of what we do. We have to figure out a way to have all these different components of art, illustration, card, game, go on and on and on, right? Animation. We need people that have worked in multiple places, done multiple things, and done it at a really high level. That's our ideal pick. If you've got someone who's a killer in comics, who's a killer in card art, and who's done any one of those other things, they're our top get. We went after Art Adams because it's a big get to begin with. He hadn't been to OAX. He works with Jason Schachter at Essential Sequential. We work with Jason. Jason's always there. And he's loved by multiple communities that are coming to OAX. Picked, check mark. So it's complicated. And we're 300 artists deep now that want to come to OAX, and we don't know what to do. We don't.
So now you guys are getting requests to be there?
Yeah.
Oh,
First year was like 2 to 3 hour Zoom calls trying to explain what the hell it was and making some of it up. And our model even was different than any other show because we thought maybe 300 people would show up. How do you put a show together with only 300 attendees? So we had to come up with a kind of a complex way to do it, right? And year 2 was a lot easier. And now everybody is sort of finally saying, we've heard about this show. We want to come to this show. It's a unique show. We love it. And it's awesome, and it's kind of a curse. We went from 59 artists first year, around 71-ish, 70-ish in year 2, and we'll probably be up about 85 this year. And we could have 150. I wish we could. We just need 500, 800 more people to come. We could probably have 30 or 40 more artists. The ratio is awesome. It's just, it takes time. Yeah.
Man, SEG, anything you want to say about anything art related, CAF related, OAX related?
Well, one of the things that's great about OAX is the artists that they bring, because these are artists that unless you're near and going to say a New York or a San Diego. Some of these artists you're not going to get a chance to see. If you're a SIG Slayer and you like to get your stuff signed, these are perfect opportunities. Instead of standing in long lines with people that don't know what deodorant is, you can come to cultured people that you can carry on an intelligent conversation with while you're standing in line, if there is a line at all. But one of the things that OAX does is give opportunities for commission collectors to get great commissions prior to the show. So instead of going to the show, going to the first table and being broke after you leave and wondering what you're going to do with the rest of the show, you can kind of pinch your pennies all throughout the year and schedule those commissions and get commissions. You walk up there, the artist already has the commission done. They got their time. It works great for everybody. So yeah, if you haven't already done so, I'd encourage you to go to oax.art or art. And I spelled it out so if people can't understand my Southern lingo, but go to the artist tab and check out the exhibitors that are still available. So,
hey, I think this is the funniest question of the night. They did it twice.
It's Marcus.
That's funny, guys. Oh man! All right, so moving along, giving you guys. Oh Jesus Christ! We weren't in the dang things. Jesus Christ! There we go.
We're all back.
All right, moving along. I just rushed this in and added to all the different scenes, and I'm like, anyway. Moving along. Okay, 6 layer updates real quick before we get out of here. We got Jed Mackay, the current writer of X-Men. I mean, I think it's like him and like Zeb Wells. They're writing pretty much all the Marvel stuff these days, even though we got Bendis coming back and we got Jeff Loeb in the mix. Jed Mackay is going to tell us all the stuff he's doing in the world, in the X world. That's dropping on Thanksgiving this Thursday, man. So we ain't stopping, man. We are committed. 52 fucking Thursdays of new interviews, and we have done that, man. So we have great interviews to end the year off. If you guys haven't seen some of our awesome interviews, like let me go here. Yesterday we just had Kyle Higgins, Radiant Black. He's got a Elseworld story right now, Immortal Legend Batman. He unpacks that, but the cool thing about what Kyle's doing, he says what he's doing with his Supermassive verse, something that has never been done in comics. It's this completely immersive experience where you have the comic book and then it continues in a movie. Then there's a podcast and all this crap he's talking about, but it sounds awesome. And I think he's one of this new wave of innovative creators that's taken over comics in the image world. And I'm happy that he's doing a Batman story again. And then I got to shout out my man, David Barron. We just dropped a dope-ass interview last week talking about how to get your comics distributed into all the stores, the process. David Barron, long time, 30-plus year color artist, has his own monthly show here on the 6 Layer Station. And I'll be remiss not to let you guys know tomorrow on Whatnot, the Batstravaganza. If you're trying to get your hands on one of these coveted Burbank Batmans, guess what? We are auctioning it off tomorrow, as well as Todd McFarlane Sigs, Jim Lee Sigs, Absolute Batman, Neil Adams. You think of it, all ages, all of our signed comics come with COAs. This Batstravaganza is probably going to be the hottest thing or Whatnot, just off the fact that you can get your hands on this Burbank Batman. I think there's only like 50 of them in the CGC census, and I have 2 of them, and I'm going to be auctioning one off mañana, man. So be there or be motherfucking square, guys. This is fantastic, man. Thank you, guys. If you guys have not smashed the like button and subscribe to the Southern Comic Geek and the 6 Layer Station, like I said, what are you doing, man? We brought the CAF guys to you. No other channel is doing this. They're not hopping all around like this. They're doing it here for the 6 Layer Station. So thank you guys for joining us. Casual, Matt, any last words before we head up out of here?
What the fuck are you doing? Push the like button.
I mean, for God's sakes, like the goddamn video, subscribe to the channel. What more could you want here?
That's it.
No, I think for me, the only thing I always say is collect how you want to collect. Don't let anybody influence you on what you want to do. what you like, what you should buy, collect how you want to collect. And we all got into this because we're passionate about it and we enjoy it. So collect what you want to collect and don't be swayed.
SCG. SCG. Anything you want to say about your channel?
No, just check it out if you haven't already. Southern Comic Geek on the YouTubes, and drop videos ever so randomly and about as eclectic as what my collecting is. And appreciate the CAF guys for coming on, and y'all for having me tonight. So,
man, dude,
Kirby Modok.
There it is. I had that. I didn't have it loaded. I'm glad you showed that. I'm glad you showed that.
Marvel Universe 92. Keith Pollard, Joe Rubenstein. Look at that. When was the last time you saw MODOK's backside?
All right. Cass was gonna show one. I gotta show one.
And then Mark, he's our street correspondent. You just saw Frank quietly a couple days ago. Yep. Are you seeing Frank tomorrow?
Oh, nice.
Seeing Frank tomorrow. Yep, I'm gonna go to the Comic-Con Museum. Who's that from?
Well, that's like Simone to me.
Simone Bianchi, amazing Spider-Man poster.
Oh my god, man! Busting out.
Now we're showing off.
Well, you showed MODOK.
Yeah.
What you got, Jason? What you got, Jason?
Well, I wanted to show this to Kazra.
Shot art.
Come on,
I wanted to show this to Kazra. This is one of our 6-layer sketch cards. Busted out the MODOK. Shout out to Jake Bostain. He is our resident artist for the 6-layer sketch cards. But we got cards from a lot of different people. Danny Mickey, they do their own thing. This is for High Street. We got Martin Simmons doing this Department of Truth. And so we're gonna be giving out these sketch cards to our subscribers after actually our first round is going to be next month for our Stash Awards. That's a size of interest. And then we also got a Deborah, man. I love that too.
Come on.
Yes. Yes. So subscribe to the 6-layer station, guys, because we're going to be giving these out to our subscribers. And we got much more. We got Kevin Eastman in the stack. We got a whole stack. So our first round of 6-layer sketch cards are going to be banana. We are out, guys. Please smash the like button. Please check out our awesome interviews. We got Frank Quietly coming up soon. We said we got Jed McKay. We got Mike Allred coming up in a couple weeks as well. Nice. We are killing it on the station.
What are we doing on this channel?
Who's our producer?
So check us out, y'all. We are out. Peace.